Hello everyone, I'm Sandhani Datta, Assistant Professor, Department of English, LGB Girls College, Tejpur. In today's session, we will have a brief description of a sonnet with special reference to a Petrarchan sonnet and the Shakespearean sonnet. This session is for the undergraduate students pursuing English literature. At the end of the session, the students will have a brief idea of what a sonnet is and will be able to differentiate between a Petrarchan sonnet and the Shakespearean sonnet. So, what is a sonnet? A sonnet is a verse form which consists of 14 lines. The subject matter of a sonnet is love. The sonnet is written in an iambic pentameter. The word sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto, meaning a little song. This form of poetry was developed by Giacomo da Lentini, the Italian poet, in 12th century in Italy. However, it was Francisco Petrarch who perfected this form in Italy. This form of poetry was brought into England in the 16th century by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey. Typically, a sonnet is divided into two types: a Petrarchan sonnet, also known as the Italian sonnet, and the Shakespearean sonnet, also known as the English sonnet. So, what is a Petrarchan sonnet? It was Francisco Petrarch who perfected this form of sonnet in the 14th century. This sonnet is divided into two parts: the octave, which consists of 8 lines, and the sestet, which consists of 6 lines. The octave sets up a problem, an argument, or a question, while the sestet resolves it. This shift in the subject matter, a turn of thought, is called volta, and it usually occurs between the 6th and the 8th line of the sonnet. The theme of a Petrarchan sonnet is usually love. The octave of a Petrarchan sonnet follows the ABBA rhyme scheme, while the rhyme scheme of the sestet is flexible and it varies. Here I have shown the example of Sonnet 159 of Francisco Petrarch. In this sonnet, we see that the octave follows the ABBA rhyme scheme, while the sestet follows the CDC-DCD rhyme scheme. The next variety of sonnet which we are going to discuss is the Shakespearean sonnet, also known as the English sonnet or the Elizabethan sonnet. This form of sonnet was developed by Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, but it was perfected by William Shakespeare in the 16th century. Hence, this form of sonnet is named after him. The Shakespearean sonnet is divided into 3 quatrains consisting of 4 lines each and a concluding couplet of 2 lines. The quatrains sets up a problem, an argument, or a question, while the concluding couplet resolves it. In this form of sonnet, the volta or the turn of thought usually occurs in the beginning of the 3rd quatrain. The theme of a Shakespearean sonnet is friendship, time, beauty, and mortality. The Shakespearean sonnet follows the ABAB, CDCD, EFEF, GG rhyme scheme. Here I have shown Sonnet 65 of William Shakespeare. In this sonnet, the first 3 quatrains follows the ABAB, CDCD, EFEF rhyme scheme, while the concluding couplet follows the GG rhyme scheme. So, let us have a brief summary of what we have learned. In this session, we had an idea of what is a sonnet, along with a brief description of the 2 types of a sonnet, that is, the Petrarchan sonnet and the Shakespearean sonnet. Here, I have given a practice question which I would like all of you to solve after listening to the session. These are the references from which I have cited. Please upload your valuable comments and suggestions in the mail ID given below. Thank you very much.